What's up, Tudorinos? Welcome back to the Game Addicts podcast show. We're talking about the modern and retro video games that we play and collect. I'm this podcast player, Brando, and joining me here today is this podcast player 2, Mike.
Oh, hello.
Hello. I went live, and you didn't even know because you were talking about Area 51 during the intro.
Yeah, well, because you're not screen sharing, so I literally saw nothing. I usually can see what you're doing, so I know to be quiet or to talk, and I'm just like, Area 51, you're like...
Thankfully, we were still muted. What wasn't muted, and it might actually be in the intro, is a slight little bit of intro after our intro started. And that's because ever since we started live streaming and doing the whole Mob Crush thing where we're going through on multiple things, we haven't been able to figure out the YouTube side of it. We just haven't been able to... Thanks, Blaine. Get the YouTube thing figured out, and I got it, and we are live on YouTube right now for the very first time, guys. So if you're joining us on YouTube, it's our first time live over here. Apparently, we've been live this entire time.
But we've been private.
Okay, so the first...
I should look that up.
Yeah, we have been private. And apparently, you have to change that each time. But I did not know. But now I know. And knowing is half the battle, my friends. So welcome all of our YouTube guys. Yeah, so Blaine comments from Facebook and says, awesome episode descriptions. Today's tentative title, pardon my voice, I've been having issues with my voice for the past week, is Microsoft. Why is that? Well, it's not about the company Microsoft. It is about... we're talking about two different mini consoles. One of them is an actual mini retro console, like have been coming out, and the other one is the Nintendo Switch Micro.
I see it. We are live.
Yeah, we are.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, dude, it's a good feeling. Source. Good feeling. But Nintendo Switch Micro, we kind of what. No, it isn't. I updated it, pal. Look at this. Yep. Nope. Brando and Mike are back to talk about Nintendo's Micro Switch and the Turbo Graphx Mini. So there. It's not my fault. I did my due diligence, Blaine.
Blaine, shut up.
I did what I was supposed to do. So there. And then I noticed it did not change on the on the YouTubes, so maybe it didn't.
The tubes of YouTubes.
Anyway, I don't care. Today we are talking about the Nintendo Switch Mini, Micro. It's called the Micro. Gosh dang it, Mini Micro. So not last week. Last week we played one episode from the bag, the PSP retrospective. The week before that we talked about that little leaked grip. That was possibly coming out for a micro switch or mini switch, which was this right here.
Exactly right.
No, dude, it hit it right on the nose, dude. Especially with the whole
D-pad. It was the exact right size, the measurements, and everything.
Yep. So we showed that, and we're like, is this real? Is it not? So then they revealed it. The handheld only Switch called the Lite. Of course, Lite has been around, like DS Lite. Kind of the same vein as Lite, just like Miller Lite and Bud Light, all those other lights. There was actually a Game Boy Light, but it wasn't a Lite. I don't think it was Lite Light. It was actually more of a backlit, regular brick size console for the Game Boy. and it was still black and white, but it was only released in Japan. I've only ever seen one in my collecting days, and it was like $50 at like our old game exchange, and I wanted it so bad.
But money dictates.
It's one of those it's one of those things, okay, where the wife tells me, I guess you can get it. And then I'm like, at first I'm like, awesome. And then all of a sudden in the background I hear trap.
Yeah.
Admiral Akbar's yelling at me, don't do it. It's a trap, dude. And so I didn't do it. But Mike,
yes.
First impressions. This got released. The info got released the other day while we were at work. We kind of knew it was coming, but we didn't. Nintendo is like always refuses to share that info until they're absolutely ready.
That's because they don't want you to stop buying what they already have. And it makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that they didn't comment, they were just like, no, there will not be a new hardware release at E3. Very specific words. It wasn't, no, we're not going to do that. It was, there won't be one at E3.
Yes.
So that tells you there's something there. And the updated Switch that has also been revealed.
Yes, because just today, as we were recording this, they did reveal a new like updated Switch or anything like that, and essentially, hold on. Hopefully, I don't. Okay, never mind. I'm trying to update something, and it's not working, so I don't care. It's one of those things. Like when you're trying to do something on the fly and it just ain't working.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so before we go to the new Switch or the new old Switch, they did announce that the new Switch is going to be $200. It's handheld only. It's basically just like the same shape and basic design of the original Switch. It's only going to be a little smaller. And, of course, no detachable Joy-Cons. You can hook up other controllers and other Joy-Cons to it for local multiplayer on it. It's not dockable. So that feature's been taken out. It has slightly longer battery life than the base Switch, which is good. But that was basically one of the key features that got updated on the new Switch that got revealed today. Or that was like, it's basically the same basic design, the same model, but different insides. And one of the things I remember me and you talked about this way back when people were hacking the Switch. I think that one of the updates they did were update the chipset and make it to where you can't. I believe it was the NVIDIA Tegra X1 chip that was making it where people could hack it. I think they fixed that.
Yeah, I think that. This Switch Mini, it's cool. I mean, we kind of all thought it was coming because, the Switch is a success, period. And they have a tendency when they have something going to start doing the Lite XL. The DS is the best. That's the best way to put it. Just take the DS family and go with it. Now, I don't think they're going to go that crazy with the Switch, but I think this is them saying, okay, we know it's a hit, so here's your Switch Mini, which is technically going to be your Switch, so that they can prepare for the next console to be less handheld, maybe not staying with the exact same design as the Switch, but it's cool. I really wish that with this new iteration into the Switch family, that it should have added some ergonomics. There's no reason why you couldn't make the cast a little more ergonomically correct, since those Joy-Cons are not going to be removed. So there's no point in not adding a contour.
No, I agree with you. If you're making it smaller, that means you're making new molds in general. And yes, one of the selling points with the Switch is that you can play it in handheld mode and you can dock it. And that there's that. It's cool, But if you're gonna release it as, I can almost forgive it for not being as comfortable in handheld mode. because it's something that has to be both. It's something that has to be
Right.
playable in multiple different ways. You can take the Joy-Cons off. They can be the Wii-style motion controllers. You can put them on a thing and make them a controller. You can buy a separate controller. There's so many different ways to play. I can forgive it for the form factor. I still bought my own grip for it, which I still never reviewed on this show, by the way. I need to do that. I need to just make something. But anyway, if you're going to release a handheld, I totally agree with you. You have the opportunity to just take a second and make the form factor better. But remember when they did the update to the 3DS, and they didn't change that basic layout design either, you know.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's the same console, though. I mean, it's almost the exact same mold, except for they went XL. If you've noticed, the last couple of iterations, actually, since DS, the original DS, actually, I can go back to the SP. They've all been flat.
Yep.
I actually have an SP right here.
The original DS had a little bit different shape to it, but no, when they started doing the DS Lite and then the DSi and all the other ones, they've all been flat.
Nice and flat.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Basically, the DS is a knockoff, an exact same thing, but a little bit more advanced.
But
But
see what you did
in
there.
the sense of it, I think that I personally would rather it be more ergonomically correct and not have to go buy something else additionally if I don't want to. Now, me being the anal retentive person I am when it comes to electronics, it would have got a screen protector and a case if it was purely handheld. Now, my Switch has never been played outside of the dock other than to do an update. Never.
You know what? I'm going to leave this show, and I'm going to go get my dock. Not my dock, my handheld thing. Because we're talking about it. And the only thing that's stopping me is me leaving the show to go get it. Because it's in the living room.
Okay.
I think it'd be hilarious if I could just take you with me. But
you can't.
But I can't. So
Okay,
I'm going to go
why
get
are you
that.
still here?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Well, just go.
I don't know either, too. That's
Just
what
go.
Wyatt says.
Put it down
I'm going.
and go. You're taking too long. I tell you what, boy, get out of here. I can't see anything that's going on, so if people are commenting, sorry. He has not screen shared, but I don't know. Let's see. The biggest thing is where does Nintendo go from here? This is obviously they're making a update, and as he stated, that's probably to prevent people from the hacking it, and it increase the battery life. It says up like 6 to 9 hours. I don't know the numbers for the Switch original, so it's an update. It's nothing like, no more power, no more. They didn't boost the power.
I had to
they
answer
didn't boost anything. I'm still talking,
questions.
and you don't have anything.
Do you want your Switch, Daddy?
I've been talking
the whole time,
and you just totally interrupted me. So,
Well, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't have my ears on.
I know. That's what I told everybody. It's like, you can't hear me. It doesn't matter.
So this grip is from Satisfy. This is for the original Switch, not Mini. This is such a popular grip. I think they should make one. You can get the grip by itself for just $20. And what it does, it is a kind of a more ergonomic style. I showed you this just a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But these get custom made in Korea or Singapore. So then you slide your Switch right on top of it. There we go. And then, of course, when you play it, it gives you more of a, something to hold on to, just like your grips that you have for like your PSP and your Vita. It gives you something tangible to hold on to. And I think you got one for the 3DS too, don't you?
The what?
Do you have one for the 3DS?
I don't have that within reach. But here's my Vita.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, my dusty Vita.
So
It's
dusty.
the power grip. And I love this grip. I mean, it's nice and comfortable, and
Mm-hmm.
it fits well, but it doesn't have so yours, the left side, the right side has like a push out.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah. So, because of the layout of the sticks, right? Because the sticks are straight up and straight down. Quite typically for a controller, like for the Xbox controller, they're a little bit offset, right? So you actually have like a little bit more of a angle that you have for your thumbs. Well, for the left side, your thumb sits right there, and it just goes right down. Okay, whatever, that's not too bad. But for this side, they wanted you to have a little bit more of an angle. That way, instead of being up and down for your action finger or thumb, for your camera and then for your action buttons, that you actually had a little bit more of an angle, and it felt more like an Xbox style. So it's at that angle. It's very comfortable to play. Like in handheld mode, I've played more in handheld mode since I got this than I've had probably played on the dock. I'll be honest with you. I only put it on the dock to play with Wyatt for the NES stuff, and then also for Mario Odyssey. But
I love the freaking NES stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, with the where you can just go in and you could do start playing, and you could just go boom. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna go play something else, and then it just saves your stuff. Yes, absolutely.
Because I've been playing freaking Mario Maker, and I'm like, I just want to play Super Mario 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, hey, I can do that and not even get up. Click, 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 click. Think. All right. And then I sucked at it.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the buttons. So like the buttons with the Pro controller, I don't like holding the Pro controller. And then now my 8-bit dough won't connect. I cannot get it to connect at all. And I need to connect it to my PC here and see what's going on, but it will not reckon. The Switch doesn't even know it's there. But anyways,
so I actually got the holiday bundle. I think you can still kind of get these bundles. And actually, I think the holiday bundle was a red, but I was afraid to get the red because since I have the Mario Joy-Cons,
right?
I was afraid that the reds were going to be too different, and I didn't like that because I actually bought a Mario grip, but it wasn't made by Nintendo, and I didn't realize that it was on sale for $7. I'm like, oh, cool, that's cool. That'll fit my red Joy-Cons, and it's a grip just like the other one, but it has Mario stuff on it, and the red is not even the same shade. But when you get the bundle, you get the case, and I'll show that in a minute. But they also throw in a pair of these thumbstick
Spider-Man?
caps. Yeah. They throw in Spider-Man. But these thumbstick caps, they then make the sticks feel like, concave, just like, the Xbox 360 sticks. And I didn't know how I was going to like them. I just threw them on there to see, right? But they don't move around. You actually have to physically try to move them around. They kind of stay in place. And as I've been playing with them, they're fine with me. I like them. And then the actual case itself, you can get a smaller, slimmer case, but that was a little bit more expensive. But this one, it's kind of soft, but not too hard either. I still wouldn't step on it, but it's going to be able to survive some picking up and traveling with it a little bit. And then on the inside, you got some spots to hold your games. And then on the bottom, you got the Velcro to hold the system in. And this right here, you can fit a USB power bank. And it actually comes with a USB-C, a pretty short one, to hook up into the power bank and hook the system up while you're traveling with it. And then up top, it has the a little zipper thing up there to put some other cords in or whatever. But this was the best investment I ever made in my Switch. The Satisfy grip, you can get them now at satisfy.com. I think they're on Amazon as well. If you have an original style Switch, I recommended it to somebody in a group the other day. They're like, hey, I just got a Switch. My girlfriend bought me one or my wife got me one for an anniversary present. It's like, what should I get for it? What's kind of not games, but like peripherals should I get? And I said instantly this. I'm like, if you want to play in handheld mode, get this, because the reason why I got this as a gift to myself was that way I could take this on road trips, and because my wife is someone who likes to drive and is more comfortable when she's driving, and I'm okay with that. I would much rather just let her drive, and that way we don't have an issue where then she gets on my nerves by being a passenger seat driver or anything like that, because that stresses me out. So then let her do it. Let her be in control. Let her do that stuff. And if we're on a long road trip, I'm pulling the switch out.
See, I'm the opposite. Joanna's not big on driving, but she's made longer trips than I have on the road. That's for sure.
Right.
2 trips to Canada. But I do not like to drive at all. Long distances. I don't mind to drive back and forth to work or go wherever. I don't mind driving. It's just long distances. I tend to get cranky, but I also want to be the one driving. So it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't want to drive, but then I don't want anyone else to drive. So whenever we make our trip to wherever it is we go for Christmas shutdown, I will drive majority of it, but I'm also, we bring the dog with us, so we have to stop and stay somewhere.
Yeah.
So maybe one day I'll drive and then I'll have her drive.
Yeah, and see, it's not like I don't ever drive. I do, especially as as she's getting more pregnant. I do drive a little more now, but still, she has really high anxiety, and it has nothing to do with my ability as a driver. I've never been in a wreck, never been in a wreck. But it's just a matter of, she sees the way I drive differently than she does. So she sees that as you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. We're going to die. And I'm just like, you need to chill out. like you did not stop. You wait so long to start slowing down. I'm like, it's how long I always.
Joanna doesn't like it because I do not follow the rules of the road to a T. I go to a stop sign. If there's nobody there, I California roll that thing. I do. There's nobody there. I do it. I signal every time, but I'm just saying, like, there's little things, and she'll just say, you stop. I'm like, yeah, there's nobody there, but you still need to stop. It's fine. It's not fine. It's that deal.
And then the never-ending argument.
Yep.
But yeah,
so I always drive in, and she's been all right with it.
Well, I really do think that this script was so successful, and there'll be other ones coming out too. But there's going to be people just like you and me that feel like the Switch Lite should be a little bit more ergonomic, and there's going to be grips out there for it. So, like, if this is something that you guys want, pick it up.
There's one thing we did not mention. It has a dedicated D-pad.
Yes, that is such a big deal.
That is a big deal.
That is such a big deal because this was the first console for Nintendo and forever not to launch with a D-pad, and I understand why, because of how they did their Joy-Cons. For the two players, they don't want to have one person trying to have 4 buttons as a D-pad. It's kind of weird. But when you don't take your Joy-Cons off and they're dedicated there, they can stay there. That means you have a D-pad, and it works. You know what? I don't need this. I have my grip. I have my Switch. It's great. If there was a little bit more to this out of the box, I may be tempted slightly.
Here's the thing for me. If it goes on sale for $130, I'm buying one. There's one stipulation. Cross save capabilities.
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to dock it, play. I like to play on my TV.
Mm-hmm.
I have a nice setup in my room, so that's how I like to play. And let's say I want to play a Final Fantasy VIII on the go.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to be able to just go dunk, dunk, dunk.
There you go.
And have my saves in the cloud. I don't know how hard they're working on that. I'm assuming that they thought of that because people are going to have both. I mean, there's no reason to not have both. So, I mean, yeah, you could do the same thing with your Switch, but I feel that it's dangerous to carry it that way because I always feel like I'm going to break it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't really carry it around anywhere, so it don't matter. But this will be like, a standard plastic. It won't be flimsy where the Joy-Cons attach and stuff. So what did he say?
I'm sorry. I just looked down at my phone, saw there was messages, figured I'd do the little quick sneak check. And
Which messages on our stuff?
It's not on our. It's in the work group chat, and it's something that Calvin sent, and it's one of those old. It's one of those old people ones, because he sent one of him and somebody he used to date.
Yeah.
Anyway, so along with this, they announced the Switch Lite's coming in 3 colors. So just like, Nintendo throwing out options, they got the blue one like we're showing on the screen. There's a yellow one and then kind of like a gray one. Not the same color as the one that's already out. It's a little bit lighter. But then they announced this bad boy, the Pokemon Sword and Shield version, which is a silver with the left side, the stick and D-pad are blue. The right side, buttons and stick are like a pinkish red to go along with the blue and red theme. And then on the back of the console, you do have the sort of title Pokemon, the cover Pokemon for each Sword and Shield are on the back.
Here's the thing. When I buy that, does that mean that it comes with both games? Sword and Shield?
I don't know.
No.
I don't think so. I think it comes with one or the other. But it's still kind of cool, and it's definitely, they're smart. They are smart. They're like, hey, we're going to release a new one. And then someone's like, we're releasing a Pokemon, and that's all mobile usually. In fact, notice they're getting this out the door 2 months before their biggest, mobile game that they've ever had, or handheld game ever, their ever series, biggest handheld series ever, Pokemon, is getting ready to come onto the Switch. Where, for me and you were like, hey, awesome, it's the first one that's going to be on console. And they're like, yes, but those of you who like to just play this handheld mode, guess what?
See, that's where you're going to get your money out of. Because if an individual like yourself will be like, I want to play Pokemon at home, but you also want to play it on the go, and you have a Mini, or a Lite, I guess, a Switch Lite. You could just dink dink, pop it in there, go on your way. Have one dedicated to travel, one dedicated to home. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I hope that they have that cross save capability, cloud save.
Mm-hmm.
But
so they announced this, and then of course. They also kind of showed the specs, and I have that picture up comparing them to, thanks to IGN, I do believe. But the original one, it has a height of 4 inches and a length of 9.4. The Lite is 3.6 height, so it's only a little shorter. But then the length is 8.2, so it's a full inch and a few inch and a few shorter. Depth, which I think that's probably width, is the same. And then the weight is a little bit lighter for this for the Lite. It's 0.88 pounds for the original and 0.61 for the Lite. And then the screen size is smaller. The screen size on the original Switch is 6.2 inches, and then on the Lite it is 5.5. So there's your rundown, and then the internal specs are pretty much the same. I probably think that they have the exact same new chipset as they're probably going to put in the brand new one that they just announced today. But then they did say that the new Lite, the Lite has a better battery life than the base model. And then the new one that they announced today,
it also might go with that chipset as well, being more power efficient.
Yes. So the battery on the new model, it is a new model, even though it looks the exact same. It is going to be a new, SKU. And the original model boasted a 2.5 to 6.5 battery life. The Switch Lite is 3 to 7 hours. And then the new model of the Switch is 4.5 to 9 hours of battery life.
So this is what I was talking about whenever you came on.
Oh.
The battery life.
Okay. Well, we touched on it just a tad. And then they announced new Joy-Con colors today. In a set,
I didn't see that. I want to look at them.
In a set, you can get a kind of a royal blue and neon yellow, or you can get a neon purple, neon orange. They're kind of funky looking. You can get those in sets, and I bet you can buy them individually like you normally can anyway. But those will go for $80 a piece, starting on April. I get so confuzzled sometimes going from European to North American date writing. So when I see 10/4, I know it's supposed to be October 4th, but my brain is like, oh, that's April because I've been reading stuff from Europe. But yeah, I like that color.
I saw the gold. Did you see the gold?
No, where's the gold? Where's the gold?
I have a gold Pro controller.
You what?
Mm-hmm.
Show me the money.
Let's see if I can find it. I'm looking.
While you're looking, they also announced the release date for Luigi's Mansion 3 today. Can you guess the release date?
No, I cannot.
Halloween.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but see, that's right whenever PlayStation is dropping Medieval.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're going to release Luigi's Mansion 3 on Halloween, which is a Thursday. So it's kind of funky, but they're making it out for Halloween, so that's pretty cool. And then they did announce Resident Evil 5 and 6. Of course, they announced that at E3. Hey, they're coming to the Switch. We now have a release info on those as well. They will be $30 a piece. 5 and 6 will both be arriving on the Switch on October 29th, so right before Halloween. It's also been revealed that a retail version that includes Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6 will be released on the same day for $60. So you get basically a game free or so there.
Right.
And the triple pack, only Resident Evil 4 will be on the cartridge, while the other two titles will be download voucher. Yep. Color me surprised. But
right.
It is what it is.
Sent.
Show me the gold. Show me the gold.
I said it couldn't be done. There's something wrong with the server on Facebook. Cannot send. Tap to retry.
I don't believe you. I don't think it's real.
Huh. Well, let me close it and pull it back up here and see if that'll... Huh.
Nothing, huh?
No.
So I'm looking it up myself. Is it an official one or is it...
It says unboxing.
Unboxing?
Why won't you let me copy and paste the URL?
Is it from Nintendo or is it...
It says Nintendo Switch on it.
Who's it from?
I don't know. It doesn't say. I'm telling you exactly what it says. Collarware. Gold collarware. Okay, there's the link. For some reason, it wouldn't send the Joy-Con picture that I saved. I don't understand why, but whatever.
Okay, so this is a YouTube video. Okay, so Colorware is a website that lets you choose from a large variety of colors, and they will do a custom color for you.
Oh, okay. It just showed gold, and I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen these.
Well, and
There's
then,
a lot of places that do that now.
but then I ended up seeing this, and it's like a gold chrome, but it's one of those wire.
Yeah, the Mario Gold Chrome.
Yeah. But
The Super Mario Gold Switch controller, new accessory.
Yeah. Yeah, so for $200, I mean, if you're looking to get a Switch and don't care about playing it on TV at all, if you just want to play it in handheld mode, save yourself $100 and buy the new Switch. And that comes out on, was it September 21st? Something like that?
Something like that.
September 21st. Maybe September 20th. It was the same day as Link's Awakening remake. So go over there and hit your local places or your online places to try and get you a Switch Lite if that's what you want. The next thing up on the docket for us today. Now, this is retro. Neither one of us played this. I have played a few games on emulator, but I've never played one. Turbo Graphx-16 is getting a mini release. Just like the NES, SNES, Genesis, and PlayStation, all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you just send me another one?
I sent you something cooler.
What is this?
It looks phenomenal. It popped up, and I was like, what is this? It's like a charging dock, but it's the actual dock for the Switch. So the Switch goes on there. Your dock actually slides onto it. So it uses your current dock, slides it on there so that you can dock it. And then behind it or above it, it has slips that you could slide your games into. And then on the top, it has a place where you can push your Pro Controller on the top and go straight down, and it'll fit right in. Then it has two slots to hang Pro Controller or your dock for your Joy-Cons on the sides, and then it has two spots on top for Pokeballs, and then 4 spots on top for nunchucks.
Yeah, you can get Joy-Cons to charge up top separately, or you also have the NES or original Famicom style controllers that you can get if you are a Nintendo online subscriber. You could get their link and go buy their exclusive NES Famicom style controllers that slide onto the Switch. And this is $35 for all of that.
Hey, did you see those Famicoms have a D-pad? I might order one of those.
Okay, so like I will show you. There is a special place to go to get those. It is through Nintendo. You can only buy them through Nintendo. And you have to be a subscriber to get them. And they slide onto the side of the Switch just like the Joy-Cons, and then of course you can use those for the NES games on the Switch.
Right.
Yeah, no, that is really cool. I just wonder with it being that much and that doing that much, and it's a third part, like it doing that much, holding that much. How good is it going to charge? That's my wonder due to the fact that it's third party.
Ooh, it's tiny though.
Is it?
I mean, it's the size of a Joy-Con. They're like, they literally are.
They said it's pretty flimsy. Mixed reviews though, because I saw a couple of good ones. But since we got interrupted due to Mike's Tower of Doom of the Switch chargers, the Turbo Graphx.
What can I say? It looked cool. Okay.
It does look cool. I think it'd be cooler if it was made by Nintendo, which would also probably cost $300,000. So the Turbo Graphx-16 Mini, which is owned by Konami now, because they bought out Oh, can't think of the dang name of the company. Not Neo Geo, but brain fart.
I gotta think of who you're talking about.
And like it's NEC owned Turbo Graphx. Of course, it's called PC Engine in Japan, and they announced for $100 you'll be able to get the new Turbo Graphx Mini, which is going to come with 50 games. Now, these 50 games are going to be 25 English, 25 Japanese. Now,
no translation, period.
No, and that kind of stinks. But here are the games really quickly. Some of these you may know, some of them you may not know. But for the English, Air Zonk, Alien Crush, Blazing Lasers, Bomberman 93, Bonk's Revenge, Kadash, Chu Man Fu, Dungeon Explorer, JJ and Jeff, Lords of Thunder, Military Madness, Moto Rotor, Newtopia 1 and 2, New Adventure Island, Ninja Spirit, Parasol Stars, Power Golf, Psychosis, R-Type, Soldier Blades.
Yeah, the original R-Type.
Space Harrier, Victory Run, and Ease Books 1 and 2. And then in Japanese, you get the original Castlevania Rondo of Blood. You get Aldines, A Pair Gate Ball, Bomberman 94, Bomberman Panic Bomber, Cho and Nikki, the Ghouls and Ghosts, Dungeon Explorer, Fantasy Zone. Oh boy, here we go. Are you with me here?
I'm here with you, but I don't know about mentally when it comes to this this part right here.
Ginga Fukai Denetsu Sapphire, Gradius 1 and 2, Jasaken Necromancer, the Japanese version of Military Madness called Nectaris, and then the Japanese versions of Newtopia 1 and 2, Ninja Gaiden, the original Bonk, Salamander, Snatcher, which is that game I told you about earlier today, published by Konami and also by Kojima, Star Parodier, Super Darius, Super Momotaro Denetsu 2, Superstar Soldier, The Kung Fu, and then also the Japanese version of Ease Books 1 and 2. So a couple of games cross over between the versions. Some of them do not. Snatcher is a game where you need a lot of reading. You read. That is the game. You talk to people. You read. You go. It is a game where you slowly go move from one area to another, and you talk and you investigate, and you have to read so much, and you won't be able to play if you don't know Japanese. Other games on here are pretty cool. Of course, the Ease Books 1 and 2 are great games. R-Type, as you said. The Bonk games are great. Lords of Thunder. Of course, then you have the Rondo Blood, Castlevania, Ghouls and Ghosts, great games. But $100. Now,
that's steep.
I think it is too. If you're crazy about the Turbo Graphx and PC Engine, if you're a hardcore collector of those, you're probably going to buy this.
Right.
Because, there's just not that many people that are into it. There's more people now than there ever have been due to the rise of retro gaming. But, I still think it's a little steep because for $120, you can get yourself set up with a Raspberry Pi, a good controller, like an 8-bit DOE, and sit there and play all the games. Translated, probably even for patches for Snatcher.
Well, yeah, as long as they don't completely shut down those guys. And a lot of people have taken a lot of time and went through and completely translated those games that have never been translated to English. And then I know that somebody went through and retranslated Final Fantasy VII so it is proper way to read the way that they were intended. But, back then the translation wasn't as good as it is now. So, yeah.
A couple other things that they're launching with the system. Notoriously, the system only has one controller port.
Yes.
You have to buy a multi-tap. So for $30, you can get a Hori Turbo multi-tap. It's got 5 controllers, of course, playing games like Bomberman, and then you can also get some other controllers as well for it.
Because if you wanted to be a dick, you could just unplug the guy's controller from your controller, and guess what? He no longer can control anything, and you win.
Oh, dude. Here in a minute, I just got the heads up. It's time for the weekly Wyatt wrap-up. So we're not going to move on. I have 2 other things to talk about. They aren't news shattering, other than one is actually newsworthy. One of them is just a cool little tidbit I wanted to cover because we had a few minutes extra here on the show. But this one is the top 10 best-selling third-party games across all PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox platforms.
Well, we know what number 1 is.
Oh, yes, we do. But we'll go from 10 to 1.
Okay.
Number 10, Call of Duty World War II. That's a newer one. Mm-hmm. Number 9, Call of Duty Ghosts. Number 8, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I'm noticing a trend here. Number 7, Rock Band. Oh, it's time for the weekly Wyatt wrap-up.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's up, dude?
I need some headphones.
I don't have these. You can't have these because these actually go in your ear. But Mike can hear you, and so can everybody.
Hello.
How are you
Hello.
I'm going to bed.
Are you going to bed? Are you tired?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm not tired.
Haven't you had a long day? I know I have.
Me too. I can do videos, and I do that.
You're just doing gibberish now.
Condition campaigns.
All the gibberish.
Conditions every time, and I take names and owners, ideas, where they can enter and I want to manage.
I wanted to tell you something. I feel like this is like a satanic ritual or something.
It's like he's speaking in tongues.
He's speaking in tongues.
You're silly.
And I just blurb.
Blurb.
I love you, dude.
I like you too.
You go and have a good night, okay?
I just wanted to talk.
Well, you did talk a little bit, and then you did a satanic ritual, so...
I want to talk a couple of them.
A couple of them?
Yep.
Okay, so really quick.
I turn says and Rosen and according to Gonson.
Okay, no, I want to ask you a question.
Hey.
Okay. What's your favorite video game?
Mario and Padfoot.
Yeah, Padfoot's here.
He's really in the really game room.
Yep, look at that. Yeah, that's Patty.
Yep.
Do you like playing Excite Bike?
Yeah.
Yeah, we play. Oh my goodness!
I fart.
I fart.
I don't know when I can and
You totally just like farted on me.
kind of because I would do things.
Okay.
And you are
Every time you said, yeah, that's kind of gross.
Can you to the podcast premise?
Okay. Can you say thank you for listening to today's podcast?
Thank you for listening to the Wild Podcast.
To the Wild Podcast?
Yep.
Well, that's the satanic ritual podcast.
I guess. Thank you for listening to Spotify. Thank you for listening to YouTube.
Yeah, thank you so much.
To the
I love
YouTubes.
You.
I love you.
Give me a hug.
Thank you.
You better give me.
Those are 2 Spotifys.
Nope. There's only one. Say bye, Mike.
Bye, Mac.
Say bye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Love you, bub. Night.
It's so clean.
He said, it's so clean. As if, because let's face it, the game room was kind of a nightmare for a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what that was.
It literally, I'm like, wow, this really, if you look at it, if he had a book and a candle, there would be nothing else required for a satanic ritual.
I like how you kind of went in there.
I did.
Dude,
Anyways.
there was one day where I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "What are you doing, you idiot?" I went, I should be offended right now, but I'm not. Anyway.
Because of how much we say it.
I know. So really quickly, I'll just recap. Number 10, Call of Duty World War II. Number 9, Call of Duty Ghosts. And 8 was Black Ops 3. Number 7 was Rock Band. Now number 6, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And then we have Guitar Hero 3, Legends of Rock. There is a theme here. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 3. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is number 3. Number 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 1. And number 1, Grand Theft Auto 5.
I was going to say, the highest selling game of all time.
The next thing I have, the very last thing for today, guys. Ubisoft announced their entire lineup for Uplay Plus, available as a subscription for $14.99. Coming out on September 3rd. And not only will Uplay Plus have subscribers to a massive collection of Ubisoft titles, they'll also have access to upcoming titles. So it kind of sounds like if you have a subscription, you'll be able to get those. I don't know if they'll get them day one or maybe early access. I don't know. I would think you would get early access, but
yeah,
I am going to try and read through these as fast as I can because there's a lot.
All the Assassin's Creeds. Just go with that.
Actually, yeah, because you have Anno 1800 Deluxe Edition, Anno 2205, which I believe Anno, that's that game that's kind of like
it's exactly like
Age of Empires.
Age of Empires.
Then you have Assassin's Creed.
It's Steam though. It's Steam based.
Steam. Well, not anymore. Now it's on Uplay.
No, not Steam as in Steam I'm talking about Steam as in that's the error of technological advancement.
Okay.
It's Steam power.
Assassin's Creed Director's Cut, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood Deluxe Edition, Assassin's Creed Chronicles China, India, and Russia, Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry Standalone Edition, Assassin's Creed 2 Deluxe Edition, Assassin's Creed 3 Plus Liberation Remastered, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Gold Edition, Odyssey Ultimate Edition, Origins Gold Edition, Origins Discovery Tour, Revelation Standard Edition, Rogue Deluxe Edition, Syndicate Gold Edition, Unity Standard Edition. So yeah, all the Assassin's Creeds, and then most of the games have all their extra content with them. Then Beyond Good and Evil 1, obviously 2 is coming out. Brothers in Arms, Earned in Blood, Brothers in Arms, Hell's Highway, Brothers in Arms, Road to Hill 30, Child of Light, that's a cool game. An old one here from like almost 15 years ago, Cold Fear. Then we have Far Cry 2, Fortunes Edition, Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon, Standalone, Far Cry 3 Deluxe, Far Cry 4, Gold, Far Cry 5, Gold, Far Cry New Dawn, Deluxe, Far Cry Primal, Digital Apex Edition, Flashback Origin, For Honor, Matching Fire Edition, From Dust, Gods and Monsters, coming soon, I Am Alive, Imperialism 1 and 2. Here we go. We have Might and Magic, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them.
Phew.
Of Might and Magic. I'm not going to sit here and go through them all because it's just like boom, 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 boom. A couple of deluxe gold and standard editions in there. Monopoly Plus, Ode, Panzer General 2, Panzer General 3D Assault, Pod Gold or POD Gold. I don't know. I didn't realize POD was a video game. Then you have the original Prince of Persia games, like that trilogy, and then the new one that they tried to do. Rayman 2, Rayman 3, Rayman Forever, Rayman Legends, Rayman Origins, Rayman Raving Rabbids, Silent Hunter 2, Silent Hunter 3, Silent Hunter 4, Silent Hunter 5, South Park Stick of Truth, Standard Edition, South Park Fractured But Whole Gold Edition, Speedbuster, Starlink Digital Deluxe Starter Kit, That's that one game that was.
Wow. Did you see the images for Pod?
What is it?
I will screen share super quickly.
And we're waiting right now on Mike. While Mike is going, I'll continue just real quick. Steep X Games Gold Edition, The Crew Ultimate, The Crew 2 Gold, The Settlers 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Jeez.
Okay, you're shared.
Okay, I am looking at my. Okay, there we go. What in the world?
I'll pull up the
That's an
Windows
oldie.
for Windows 95.
Oh wow!
Let's see if I can zoom. It was released. It has a user score of 3.7. And it's a critic score of 79. So that's not bad, but it was released February 28th, 1997. Since you brought it up, I just wanted to see.
No, okay. Now, my friend, are you ready? Because that's me right now on your screen.
Yeah, you're right. How about now?
Now it's both of us. Now I can't get rid of both of us. There it is. There you are. How you
I'm
doing?
no longer screen sharing, so we should be good.
How you doing? All right.
I'm good.
Tom Clancy's. I'm only going to say that once. I'm not saying it 20 times. These are
All the Tom Clancy's.
These are Tom Clancy games. End War, Ghost Recon Future Soldier Deluxe, Ghost Recon Wildlands Ultimate, Ghost Recon Breakpoint Gold coming soon. Rainbow Six Standard, Rainbow Six 3 Gold, Rainbow Six Lockdown, Rainbow Six Siege Ultimate Year 4 Edition, Ultimate Rainbow Six Vegas, Rainbow Six Vegas 2, Rainbow Six Quarantine coming soon. Splinter Cell Blacklist Deluxe, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, Splinter Cell Conviction Deluxe, Splinter Cell Double Agent, The Division Gold Edition, Division 2 Ultimate Edition.
Wow.
Trackmania Turbo, Transference, Trials Evolution Gold Edition, Trials Fusion Standard, Trials Rising Gold Edition.
Trials is a fun game.
Yeah, oh yeah. Uno.
I enjoyed it.
The good old Uno. Valiant Hearts. That's a good one. Warlord Battlecry. Warlords Battlecry 2. Watch Dogs Complete. Watch Dogs 2 Gold. Watch Dogs Legion Ultimate coming soon. World in Conflict Complete Edition. And Zombie, which is that one game that came out for the Wii U. Zombie U. First person.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That is the complete list of what is launching on the Uplay Plus.
I mean, it's cool, but a lot of those games, obviously, the repeats of the 8 million, nobody really cares about.
Well, I mean, unless you're a big fan of those series, it doesn't really like it's cool if you wanted to pay for a couple months for $15 to play through all the Assassin's Creeds if you wanted to just barrel through them.
Well, I mean, you could buy the Ezio trilogy for what, $20?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, those are the best ones. I've heard
those are the ones you have to play, in my opinion.
Right. I mean, Black Flag was really good. 3 was good for its own reasons.
I would never say that any of them are really bad. I don't really like 3, but a lot of people kind of crap on 1, and 1 to me is one of the best ones because it really sets you what's going on, this and that. Like you're basically a trapped guy in a room where they're forcing you to do the animus, and you're living through, the original guy's story, and that really comes into fruition in Revelations, where you see where he goes with it, what he does. It's just, I love the first one. I played the crap out of the first one. I actually 100%ed it on PC.
I really liked the first one. It so much to the point where I got to the second one. It's difficult to play it at first because of how they changed the gameplay up to be better.
Yep.
It is better, but it was just so different. And then I had the same exact issue going to 3 after they did the entire SEO trilogy. They went to 3 and they changed stuff up. It was like, I don't like this. And then I eventually put the game down. Then I played 4. I loved it for both the assassin stuff and the naval stuff. But then I got so used to it and so good at it that when I went back to 3, I was at home. And that's the last I played. I played a little bit of Rogue. I started it. I played like maybe 3 or 4 hours of it. I had fun. It was
I never played anything past Black Flag.
There was a point where I was sat down and I had some time on my hands. This is before I started streaming, I think. Where I just started to be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to pick a game. Sit down today. I have Sunday afternoon. And I'm going to play it. Play a game I've never played. Because I have a collection of games. So many games I've never played. 3D.
Right.
I played 3D Game Heroes in that time. And it was awesome. So I'm like, you know what? I have not played Rogue. Never even put it in once. So I did. Checked it out. I liked it. It's Black Flag all over again. But it's Black Flag with a different story. So if you like the gameplay, you're already at home. No, I think that there's an audience for Uplay Plus. I just don't think that audience is me.
Yeah, it's not me.
That's all I got today, dude.
I have nothing additional.
That is about all there is to write for us today. Now, Mike, as of right now, it has not been canceled. We're still scheduled to be on a different podcast this week. I don't know when it's going to air. We're going to be on the In Game Boss program. Go download them. They're on Podbean. They're on a lot of other stuff. Go check them out. We are going to be on there. We're going to guest on their podcast. And it'll be the first time you and I have ever guested on a podcast together of somebody that we don't know. It's none of our friends.
I was going to say none of our friends, but yes.
Yeah, no, like none of our friends. We do not know these guys. They listened to the show. They liked it. It was cool. They reached out. They said the magic words. Will you come on our podcast? Sure, absolutely. That'd be something different. Awesome. And then maybe we could return the favor one day. But that is the tentative plans for Friday. We're going to be podcasting again, but with those folks. And once we get an idea when that's out, we're going to let you guys know that you guys can go check it out.
Yeah.
And we are tentative. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. We've already talked about it. We are going to invade Podcastrophe next week.
Yes.
You and I will both be going over there, paying our good buddy Tyler a visit.
Oh yeah, not our friend Blaine though.
I mean,
only Tyler.
I mean, he'll be there.
He'll be there. He'll be in the room.
Yeah. But we're gonna go over and say hi. We're gonna go check it out. That'll be the first time you and I have ever been on that show together. I've been over there. I'm not like a regular, but I'm almost like a semi-regular. I show up from time to time.
Yeah, it was funny because he was sitting there and today we were working and he's like, hey, we need a guest for 99. What are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. I think Joanna is going to go to Nights next week, so I'm not doing anything. And he's like, all right, cool. You're our guest. And I was like, cool. I'll be right back. He's like, why? I'm like, I'm asking Brandon if he wants to come with me because if I go see Tyler without him, he'll be jelly. So I'm going over there and asking him. And he's like, but I didn't invite him. And I was like, it doesn't matter. He's my co-host, and I invite him. So there you are. And I walked over there, and I was like, Brandon, you want to come and hang out with Tyler on Tuesday next week? And you're like, yes. You didn't even think about it. You're like, yep. I didn't even tell you what was going on. It was just, yep.
All right, so what's going to happen, guys? I've already discussed this with Blaine, and what I think is going to happen, we are not going to live stream on our normal day, and it's not going to be our normal setup. We are going to co-brand the show. And we're going to live stream this. That live stream is going to be on our Twitch. I'm going to have him link up to our Twitch, Mike, and it's going to go out on his Facebook and our Twitch. And then that same show is going to release on both of our feeds. We're going to go. We're just going to share shows that week. So, I mean, I'm not saying that we have to talk about games, but getting you, me, and Tyler in the same room together and us not talk about games, period, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, guys, until next week. Until then, I've been Brando.
And I've been Mike.
Have a good one, guys. Game on. Later on. Bye, Padfoot.
Padfoot says goodbye. Don't you, Padfoot? Hey, speak. you want this? Speak. Well, come here. Speak. Yeah, boy.
There you go.
That'll be good enough.
Later on,
I want
guys.
it now. You don't have anything.
What? Tricked.
He's biting me like, hey, there's nothing there. I'll get you a treat. But until then, Padfoot says goodbye and game on.
Game on, guys.